Long before I was born, before your fathers and mothers were born, those same stars watched over a kingdom unlike any other. The city was called Zimbabwe, the house of stone. At sunrise, its walls glowed like gold. The markets were so full that strangers came from lands beyond the sea to trade. They brought glass beads that shimmered like stars, beautiful cloth, fine pottery. They left carrying gold, ivory, and stories of a kingdom so rich that people believed it would last forever. The streets echoed with laughter. Blacksmiths sang as they shaped iron. Children chased one another through the courtyards. The smell of fresh grain drifted through the morning air. People believed tomorrow would always look like today. But that, my children, is how pride quietly enters a kingdom. Among those people lived an old stone mason named Chuma. My grandfather said his hands knew every stone in the city. Each morning before sunrise, Chuma walked along the great walls, touching them gently as though greeting old friends. He often said, "The stones remember what people forget." Most laughed at him. They believed old age had filled his head with strange ideas. But Chuma kept listening, because wise people pay attention to the small changes others ignore. One season, he noticed the rivers were becoming smaller. The rains arrived later than they once had. The grass turned brown before its time. Birds flew in different directions. Even the cattle grew restless. He went before the council and warned them, "Our land is changing." But they smiled. "The rains have never failed us before. So why should we worry today?" Chuma bowed his head. Sometimes, the hardest truth to accept is the one we have never faced before. Months passed. The rains never came. The fields cracked beneath the hot sun. The harvest grew smaller. Families began to worry. Then something else happened. The great caravans stopped coming as often. The roads that once brought traders slowly became quiet. Markets that had echoed with laughter now echoed with silence. One by one, families packed their belongings. Some searched for greener valleys. Others followed rivers that still flowed. No one wanted to leave. But hunger is a voice that even kings must hear. One evening, the king climbed the highest stone wall with Chuma beside him. Looking over the city, the king smiled. "Our walls are still standing." Chuma nodded. "Yes, my king. But walls cannot protect empty homes." The king looked across the city. For the first time, he saw the quiet streets, the abandoned houses, the cooking fires that no longer burned. Then Chuma picked up a single stone from the ground. Holding it in his hands, he said, "My king, this wall stands because every stone supports another. When enough stones are removed, even the strongest wall begins to weaken." Only then did the king understand. A kingdom is not remembered because of its buildings. It is remembered because of its people. Years passed. The city slowly became quiet. No armies came to destroy it. No great battle was fought. Time, the changing land, and the movement of people slowly emptied the city. Yet the walls remained, waiting, watching, remembering. Even today, when I visit those ancient stones, I place my hand upon them just as my grandfather once did. I close my eyes, and I remember. Not the gold, not the wealth, not the power. I remember the lesson, because every stone still whispers the same truth. A kingdom can build walls that last for centuries, but only unity, wisdom, and humility can build a future that lasts even longer. So remember this, my children. A wall stands because every stone carries its neighbor. When one stone forgets the others, even the strongest kingdom begins to crumble. Never become so proud that you forget the people beside you. For greatness is never built by one person alone. The fire is growing low now. The stars are climbing higher into the sky. Take this story home. Tell it to your children. And as long as these stories are remembered, our ancestors will never truly be forgotten. And if the fire still burns tomorrow night, I will tell you another story.